Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros potentially trading for star pitcher Max Scherzer of the New York Mets as we're getting closer and closer to the MLB trade deadline, less than a week away from the August 1st trade deadline. Today's Wednesday. What's today? I don't even know the date. July 26th, and the deadline is Tuesday, August 1st. So I mean, it's gonna be so fun to see all these moves happen during the deadline, because I think it's gonna be a really active deadline. So many teams trying to sell, so many teams trying to buy, and I think it's gonna be a really interesting trade deadline. But I've been, as an Astros fan, been hearing rumors. Astros are looking for a starting pitcher. And a name I keep hearing popping up for the Astros is the former Houston Astro, and that's Justin Verlander. And I don't think the Astros should trade for Justin Verlander, but I talked about it in a video yesterday anyways. And I thought to myself before I did the video, and talked about it during the Justin Verlander video, that I thought it would be smarter for the Astros to trade for Max Scherzer than it would be potentially trading for Justin Verlander. I know Justin Verlander's been better than Max Scherzer this season, but you're probably looking at a cheaper trade for Max Scherzer. Justin Verlander's not a free agent going into this season. Max Scherzer is. And I would definitely be okay for the Astros potentially trading for Max Scherzer, because if you view it as this, the Astros, it would be nice to get, a pitcher that is on has a couple years left on their contract. But some of the guys they're interested in, like Lance Lynn, Lucas Giolito, a couple other guys, most of them are expiring contracts. Lance Lynn and Lucas Giolito are. Dylan Cease isn't, but Max Scherzer is. And I don't think for the Astros with pitchers, it's not necessarily bad if they potentially end up, trading for a pitcher who isn't an expiring contract. Because if you look at this, they're going to have Garcia and McCullers hopefully back next season. You get those guys back. You have Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, Christian Javier, Jose Urquidy, if he's still on the roster. Maybe they trade him. I don't know. Luis Garcia, Lance McCullers Jr. JP France is playing unbelievable baseball right now. I'm sure he'd even be better next year. Brandon Bilak's been decent this season. You also have other guys. You have another guy like Spencer Argotti who's expected to probably make his major league debut in 2024. He's a top 10 prospect for the Astros. But I mean, yeah, I think it should be really interesting if the Astros could maybe go out there and try to get Max Scherzer, because I would like him on the Astros. I actually wanted the Astros to trade for him in 2021, but they didn't pull the trigger on that. He's 8-4 this season with a 4.20 ERA. He's given up 92 hits, 28 walks, 114 strikeouts, and 18 starts in 101 innings pitched. And he's 38 years old. He's also, obviously, one of the best pitchers, in baseball. I mean, this season's not having a great year, but I mean, if you look at what he's done in the past, he's been an unbelievable pitcher, and I believe he's won multiple Cy Young awards, and I would love the Astros to pick him up because, like I said, I mean, he has the experience, and I think him and Framber Valdez could be an amazing 1-2 punch. And then you have Scherzer and you have Valdez, but then also with those two guys, you have guys alongside them like Christian Javier, Hunter Brown, Jose Urquidy, maybe even still JP France for the Astros during the regular season and the postseason. If they make a potential trade for Scherzer, the Astros pitching would be dominant. I mean, really, really dominant. But yeah, I mean, let's go over what I had a couple trade ideas for potentially Max Scherzer to land the Astros him. And here's the first idea. So the Astros would send Jake Myers, who's played center field and right field this season, a little bit of the left. He's played in 77 games, 7 home runs, 23 RBIs, 222 batting average, 700 OPS, 23 walks. Has been really solid for the Astros. Rafael Montero, who's 2-3 for the Astros this season with a 6 ERA, 47 hits given up, 17 walks, 43 strikeouts, and has pitched 41 innings. In his last 4 outings, he's pitched 5.5 innings and has only given up 2 hits, 1 run, and has 4 strikeouts, and has only given up 1 or 2 walks. He's been dominant in his last 4 outings for the Astros. And then also the Astros would have to send a couple of prospects over with Montero and Jake Myers. So I would say send over Forrest Whitley, who is a top 20 prospect for the Astros, and for a while was actually our either number 1 or number 2 top prospect. But he's been like that since 2017 and still has not played a game for the Astros at the major league level. And I think he could be good if he gets a chance to play in the major leagues, and he just has not had that chance with the Astros. Then the Astros would also send catcher Corey Lee. I hate to give him up. He's a top 5 prospect. So in that case, the Astros would end up getting Mark Canha, who has a 235 batting average this season with 6 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a over 700 OPS, and Max Scherzer, who's been really good this season for the Mets. Then they give out Jake Myers, Rafael Montero, Forrest Whitley, and Corey Lee. You might be giving up a little too much for Max Scherzer, but you're also getting a nice hitter who can play multiple positions, and Mark Canha can play center field, left field, first baseman, and probably a little bit of right field as well. He can go everywhere for the Astros, play all outfield positions and first base, and is a solid hitter. Also get Max Scherzer. You get rid of Montero's contract. You have to give up Jake Myers, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's okay. And it sucks that you have to get rid of Corey Lee, a badass prospect, but at the same time, you have a guy who in Yainer Diaz, who I think is going to be a potential star if he plays more once Martin Maldonado is gone. I don't see Martin Maldonado coming back next season for the Houston Astros, so I think Yainer Diaz will probably be the whole time starter next season for the Houston Astros at the catcher position. So it sucks to get rid of Corey Lee, but I mean, at the same time, I think that it's probably something the Astros will do, and I don't want it to happen, but I do know the Astros will most likely trade Corey Lee. He's a top 5 prospect, and he's been dominant in AAA this year, and is just waiting for the call-up, and has not got that at all this season. Got that last season, and he hit, I think, 4 RBIs last year for the Astros with like a 165 batting average, but did not stay in the majors for long. So, and he was a first-round pick in 2018 or 2019. It was either 2018 or 2019 he was a first-round pick for the Astros. I think it was 2019. But, yeah, I mean, I would do that trade if I were the Astros. Corey Lee, Forrest Whitley, Jake Myers, and Rafael Montero to the Mets for Max Scherzer and Mark Canha. If I'm the Astros, you do that trade. But using your thoughts, Astros fans, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.